Hey everyone, my name is Annie Cooper and welcome to today's video. So I'm not gonna waste any time here. I'm gonna cut straight to the point. What we're gonna be talking about is balancing running and weightlifting and what exercises you can do for a distance runner and for a sprinter. So I'm gonna go downstairs to the gym in a second and show you guys certain exercises and kind of explain that. So first things first is when should you run and when should you strength train? So in my personal opinion, I have a background of track and field in college, all the way high school, middle school. I've been a runner forever. Now I did middle distance and long distance. I ran the 800, the mile, the 5K. And what I kind of do now is more explosive training. I like more sprinting and more strength training for sprinting. Now I think one of the common questions is when should you run? When should you strength train? Should you do it on the same day? So to answer that question, if your main focus is running, what I suggest doing is to run first. Save your energy. You want to save all that strength for your runs and really excel in that. Strength training comes next. Although it is still important, what I would suggest is, let's say Monday you're going to the track or you're doing some sort of interval training that is very taxing on your body. Go ahead and focus on that. Get a good warm up in. That obviously takes a little bit longer as well with a warm up and cool down. Focus on those intervals. Focus on your speed, your explosiveness, your power. On Tuesday, you might do an easier run. You might do, a couple miles easy. So do that first, maybe at 8, 9, 10 a.m., go for your run, do those easy miles. Wait a couple of hours, come in the kitchen, get some food, get some fuel to kind of refuel your body. Maybe some protein, some carbs, a good meal such as maybe oatmeal and protein powder, egg whites, eggs, toast, something like that, fruit, to refuel your muscles and kind of repair itself. Wait a couple of hours and then do your strength training. Wednesday, you might go back to the track and do some interval training. Thursday, maybe do another day of strength training. So I would suggest 2 to 3 days of strength training, and then obviously you're focusing on your runs the other days. And you're taking 1 to 2 rest days every single week to make sure that you're recovered from this heavy training. One quick thing that I do want to mention is a common issue and mistake by runners is thinking that they need to do more cardio as their strength training. Do a lot of circuit training, do a lot of just high intensity training. And the issue with that is you have to use strength training as strength training to get you stronger. That's the point in that. So you're getting a lot of cardio and endurance training already through your runs and through those running workouts. So you don't need to do that again later in the day for strength training. You want to use strength training as a way to build your muscles, to get stronger, more explosive, get that power for running. When you're finishing out the last 200 on that race, you want to make sure you're able to use those muscles and use that power and speed to finish out strong. Any sprinting race that you do, obviously that is very, very, very important. So you want to use strength training as strength training. So keep that in mind when you are doing these exercises. So let's go downstairs and I will show you guys certain exercises that you can do for distance runners and for sprinters and why. Oh, and also one more thing, please make sure you're eating a lot. I know runners like to be light on their feet. They don't want to gain weight, but guys, you will not gain weight. You need to eat enough so you have energy for these workouts. If you're eating too little, there's no way that you're going to excel in both the strength training and the running. You're going to be exhausted. Your muscles are not going to feel refueled and repaired. So you have to make sure, obviously, you're getting sleep, water, and you're eating enough. You will not gain weight if you're training hard. I promise you that. All right, welcome to my little garage gym. So the first thing we're going to talk about is sprinting and the exercises to do for sprinting. So what I would recommend for sprinters is maybe to lift 3 days a week. Now you could focus 1 day on strength, you could focus 1 day on power and explosiveness, and then maybe 1 day on building muscle mass. So those 3 days, and let me show you some exercises to do for each one. Now for sprinters, if you're doing something like a back squat or front squat, you could start with maybe 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps at around 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max. When you're sprinting, you need to have strong glutes to be able to explode off the line and really make sure your turnover is quick. These are just a couple of movements for sprinters. Maybe some other ones you want to incorporate are things like front squats, hip thrusts, some core work, single arm rows, pull-ups, different explosive movements like broad jumps and things like that. As far as endurance training goes, if you are a middle distance runner or a long distance runner, something that you could do is start off maybe like week 1 or 2, start with some endurance training. So maybe 15 to 20 reps at lower weight, kind of like work yourself in, especially if you're just starting. Just get the movements down, get the body weight movements down first, get the form right, and then move up in the weight. So maybe 15 to 20 reps. The second week could be more of like a bodybuilding style. So maybe 50 to 80% of max, 1 rep max on these squats. And you could stick to maybe 8 to 15 reps instead of that 15 to 20 rep range. The third, fourth, fifth week, move on to some explosive work. So start adding in some explosive movement. So when you're an endurance athlete, you do want to kind of incorporate all different types of strength training. So you want the endurance, you want the bodybuilding style, and you want some explosive work because you want to be a well-rounded athlete. You want to be strong, you want to have that power in order to kind of explode off the line in events such as an 800 or a mile. But you also want to be able to close strong in an event like a 5K or 10K and really kind of speed up and pass, another person that might finish in front of you. So that's really important, and you want to make sure you're well-rounded. You're able to run on different terrains as well. So you want to make sure that you're incorporating a ton of different things when it comes to endurance training. So I'm going to show you a couple of exercises that you can incorporate for this. All right, so all in all, there's a ton of movements and exercises that you can do for both sprinters and endurance athletes. So I'll put a couple on the screen just so you guys can maybe screenshot some of them. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss another video. Let me know what you want to see next, whether it's running, strength training, nutrition, or just life-based. I'll see you guys next time.